Yo, 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 whatever Chaz does. I can't ever remember how his whole intro goes. Yo, check it out. This is Red Dog Friends. That's right. This is the season premiere because this is our 7th year that we've gone live with this show, and you guys are here with us. So let's talk about these debate topics because there's a lot of things happening right now. So here we go. Did WWE fumble the bag with Netflix? We're gonna talk about their first year and just kind of like how things were going. We're gonna talk about 2026. Here we go with the women's division of AEW. Hey, there's been a lot of movement, a lot of good things that are happening, and we want to talk more about it. Finally, we're going to talk about these call-ups that have been going down on NXT. Is it being rushed? Is it too soon? Is it just right? Who knows? So, anyway, check this out. We're here. We're back, and we can't wait to talk to y'all about some of these things that have happened in the wrestling business. You know what else we're doing? We're doing Tim Check. We're also doing Push and Berry, and we're doing Peace. Let's hit that intro.
The following program is a collection of idiots talking about happenings in the sports entertainment world. It is meant to be comedically informative. The opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their bosses, platform, or whatever network they are on. There may be some out-of-pocket things said on this show because this is how we talk to each other. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further. Your homies. The 3 Count Podcast. P.S. Please do not sue us.
Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man. Now know we out.
It's not even this show today. That's right. Hi, it's your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and this is Red Dog and Friends.
I am the champion, Red Dog, hear my call.
The following program is a collection.
This is what happens when you have someone else just running things because it goes back and loops all over again. Yo, we are back and it feels so good. Reunited and it feels so good. That's what it is today. That's what it is today. We're back. This is season 7 of Red Dog and Friends, Chaz and Friends, Damien and Friends, something and Friends. That's it. So let's talk about my friends. And as you can see, because it's Red Dog and Friends, that means Chaz is not here, but he's kind of somewhere always around. He'll probably be typing something out in the ether, and you might see him pop up on Twitter and give his 2 cents. I don't know. He'll be saying whatever he wants to say. So let's move on to the next person on this show. You see him right here. He's the only reason why Corey Graves even has a job, because you know what? It's not on the main roster. Well, it is on the main roster, but it's not really that important because people just forget that he's always there. But it is the only Graves that matters. Twitch Graves. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Hello.
What's up?
Not much. We're back.
We're back. And if you're wondering down below, is that my twin brother wearing Broncos gear as well? It is. But he is the one, the only El Diabito Lou, the franchise.
What's up, fuckos?
You are fucking loud. Jesus
That
Christ.
is how we start this. That's how we're starting this year already. We not even 3 seconds we're already dropping F-bombs. That's the kind of year we're expecting this year now. Anyway, so check it out. You guys go check out all of our merch. It's on foryouwear.com as well as Pro Wrestling Tees. If you want all the classic logos, go to Pro Wrestling Tees. If you want all the new stuff that we got coming out, it's foryouwear.com. That's where we got all of our stuff. Also, what we can talk about is we've got a lot of stuff planned this year for you guys. So, with the restreams, you guys can watch all the watch-alongs. We want to do so much fun stuff going on. We have season 7 of Now Enter Ring coming, so you guys will be able to check out all those new episodes. If you guys didn't get to check it out, Chaz and I actually did Returning to the Ring. So it's our 3rd interview that him and I have done for Now Enter Ring, but it's our trilogy episode. So we did that. We released it, and then I kind of messed up the editing process of it, so we re-released it. So if you guys want to go check that out, wait till this stream ends and then go check out that episode and come back and then tell us what you thought of the episode. Let's see. Also, You guys will be getting new episodes, so we're gonna get the original Sin. They will be on Now Ancient Marine. There's a lot of episodes that are loaded up in the can right now, and we actually have some special guests that are coming out for the season premiere of season 7. I'm very excited about it, so you guys should be too. What else should we talk about? What else should we talk about? Real quick, you guys,
Uh,
anything?
Wrestling.
not
Let's talk
really.
about in wrestling. Let's talk
Fuck
about
it.
some shit.
Let's talk about it. So we're gonna go right into the debate topic, and we're gonna start off with year one on Netflix. Let's talk about how Raw was on Netflix this year because some people said this has been a great year. Some people have said this has been an year. Some people have said this has been an average year. Let's talk about it. What do we got going on? So Twitch, lead us off.
That was horrible.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. That's pretty much all you could say about it. Like, I tuned in for one reason and one reason only, and that reason didn't appear. Uh, I
Right? Fuck.
When they announced that it was a Stranger Things collab, I didn't have high hopes for it. I am not a fan of Stranger Things. I don't like it. I made it through season 1 and I thought it was dumb. Uh so like I said, going into this I didn't have high expectations for it. A lot of the matches fell very meh, and to be honest, the main event was probably the worst of them all. Like, the ending for Braun Breaker and CM Punk was horrible. It was a great match, horrible ending.
Well, let's take this further back, right? Let's not just look at this past episode.
I'm
Let,
not. I'm not. I'm
let's talk about the whole year though, because I'll be fair. It was meh at
it was
best.
underwhelming.
It was underwhelming. It really was.
You you hyped it up to be a big deal that we're going to move to Netflix and things are going to be different and it's going to be a little bit edgier now. It hasn't been edgier. It's been bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, it definitely hasn't. It's definitely not like as what I kind of thought it was. Even if it was like you wanted to slightly make it edgier, it's not there yet. And obviously, WWE still has like their deals that they have to maintain with like Mattel and all that. But it's still like you guys kind of told us like, hey, you're getting this different product, and it's not. It's I feel like I'm just watching the previous regime that told us that you are in charge, and it never was. Like, it was some bullshit, and so I'm still dealing with that bullshit. Yeah, Lou, what's your thought process?
Um, through the year, I can't put a fucking pinpoint on a spot that was like, holy shit, this is great. Now we're changing. It was like what you said. Meh. It was boring. The 1 year anniversary, the the Stranger Things on Netflix was bad. It wasn't good. There's nothing about it. None of the actors were even there. The matches were garbage. Between everything, between the main event and Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch, I don't know which one was worse. And it's just like, gosh dang, dude. I was like I was like with Twitch. I was there for one reason, and that one reason didn't come, and now I'm just mad about it.
Yeah, it was crazy that like you so as Netflix like promotes like their season ending, right? Or that their series ending episode of like Stranger Things, like I would expect to see somebody from the show on the show, right? You have all these opportunities where you bring on Daniel Fisher, you bring on anybody else that's like representing Netflix, right? That's doing a TV show on there. How do you not have any of the cast members like David Harbaugh, Harbor. You don't have Winona Ryder on the show. You don't have Finn Wolfgang, right? You don't have Millie Bobby Brown on the show. You don't have anybody on the show. Why? Why? Why is that not a thing? You know, and not to mention that this is something we'll talk about later in the episode. But this was also a problem that I had too, even with the Stranger Thing episode. Like you signed Javon Evans to a deal at a commercial break. Like we didn't get to see that. This is supposed to be like the next big thing that you're talking about, right? Evans is, that boy is bouncy, and we didn't get to see it, so we
See,
had to check it out on Twitter. Like we had to see it on X that you had this happen. Like there was a lot of misfires this year, just this whole year. There was a lot of misfires. Like we talked about it last season, right, with Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul, like their first match, right, on Netflix, and it was a bust, right? Like there was a lot of mishaps, a lot of errors, and we all kind of questioned whether, like, we know Logan Paul can like rehearse a match, and he rehearses over and over and over again, and he's got it right, and he can add his character work into it, and he does all these great things to it, but we all questioned right off the bat, like, hey, can he do this week to week? Like, can he wrestle matches week to week? And if not, that's a problem. That's a problem that we're having for WWE. And now we're seeing that it's not just a problem with the fact that he has trouble doing it week to week, but we're starting to see it more and more with all these other wrestlers who are being called up. And that's kind of worrisome for me that you have all these people, you have this performance center, you're doing all this stuff, you're training really, really hard. And I can value all that. I can see that. I understand that. But then like you have all these like errors that happen left, right, and center. It's like, what the hell? What are we doing? Um Appreciate you, Chaz. Like you just told you he's in the ether. But it's crazy to think that that's something that's gonna, that we're allowing these mistakes to happen and we're not really finding ways to correct them. So I feel like every show on Netflix has had some kind of mishap. I'll call it a mishap. I won't call it a botch because I'm not in the back, so I don't know if that was if it happened or not. But to me, it looks like a mishap every single time I see it.
fumble. They fumbled it. They fumbled a good year of shit.
Even like I think like you would think that you're one of the biggest entertainment companies in the world, right? And you're still averaging the same amount of viewers that you did while you were on cable. So I don't know whether to be happy for the E that they're able to still pull, 2.2, 2 point between 2.2 to 2.7 million views concurrently on the week, or is that a problem because you have a larger audience and you're not able to pull that audience over to your product? Like I don't know how to word, you know what I mean? Like I don't know where the problem is.
No, I
Like
follow you.
because like on USA, like that show's advertised. It's appointment TV. You got to be here to watch this. And you're like, yeah, 2.5 million people are watching Raw. And then you go to Netflix and it's 2.5 million people are watching Raw, but more people have Netflix than they do cable. I was like, that's a problem.
I don't have cable. I have Netflix though.
Yeah. So I think that's crazy. Um, yeah, and I think that's a big problem that we're having. We're having these errors. And I think part of it is probably because they don't do house shows as much anymore. Like
It
I
could
think
be.
I think there needs to be maybe like 2 or 3 house shows that they do a week where guys can just go and rehearse their stuff, right? Because that's the only way you're gonna get cleaner at the things that you're doing is more ring time. Like it's a blessing and a curse that they don't have to work 200 days a year, right? It's a blessing that they don't have to work 200 days a year, but it's also a curse because what you ended up doing is going from 52 times to roughly about 70 times, and that's a huge loss of like you're talking almost 2/3 of the of your ring time, so
Yeah.
guys can clean up mistakes, they can work on stuff, they can figure things out, and you're not getting that no more, so that's a concern of mine, especially with the E, because that does out the product. Let's talk about, the Maxine Dupree versus Becky Lynch match, right? Like why is it that that match is as quiet as it is, but Rhea and Io versus the Kubik Warriors is on fire? Like we have personalities of two people. Maxine being like, okay, cat cheat for this. I don't give a fuck right now at this point. Maxine is the face, Becky's the heel, and Becky is not antagonizing this crowd enough to warrant a response. So they don't listen and they don't really care about the match. This is for a championship. We're talking about the Intercontinental Championship, the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And this is supposed to be like a fire match. And for some reason, Becky Lynch, who is the man, who is, regarded as one of the best wrestlers, best female wrestlers ever.
Ever.
I didn't just say it, other people said it too, like Sports Illustrated and and
No, Jesus Christ.
Bleacher Report. But like the crowd doesn't care about the match because you're not doing your job. Like, and I know Becky knows this, right? And if you by chance hear this and you're saying I'm spreading misinformation, come on the show, argue about it with me. But like you're meant to feed into
That'll
this
get the
crowd,
ratings.
give them something to hate you so that they can love Maxine. But Maxine isn't getting any love either because she doesn't know how to respond to the crowd to get them with her outside of the straps. That's the only thing. It's like I need more from you as a babyface, and I need more from Becky as a leader. Like I need you to lead this girl around, like teach. Like but you're not doing it.
That crowd was not behind that match at all. And they hyped
No,
the fuck out of it.
and we got hyped because the promos that they fired were good promos,
They
and
were.
the action that kind of led to it were good, right? But then it was a dud.
Even if you take the crowd out of this and watch that match, after seeing the promo from Maxine on where she's at the fucking dungeon with Natalia working on her wrestling, and it was sloppy. Even Becky was sloppy, and it's the crowd sees it too, and it's hard for me as a fan to be like, I want to watch this match. I want to cheer this match on super loud. But you're not giving me anything in that match to be like, oh shit, did you see that? No, it's sloppy.
Right.
And I get it. Like part of it is I think part of it is Maxine's character is like as she's like going through like this change, like she's just meant to dirty things up. Like I feel like that's part of it because like Natty, like if you guys watch Natty like in like Bloodsport, like Natty, she dirties things up. Like she gets into it, and it's lit. So it gives like a real fight feel to it. But it's like watching, I don't know, watching these 2 together, it was just it dudded out, and unfortunately, like, you heard the crowd's reaction, like, were they really cheering because Becky won, or were they cheering because the match was over? Like, I don't wanna
My vote
piggyback.
goes because it's over.
Yeah, and even, like, the way that Becky like, that's the thing too, is, like, when Becky grabbed that rope, and she's grabbing a rope from underneath and pulling down versus, like, having her hand on top and pushing down, you know what I mean? Like, you're pulling the rope down, like, it's just there were so much things I had problems with the match, and it bothered me because I'm like, "Yo, this is the E, like, this is the top of the top, like, you the cream of the crop, and, like, you're missing. Like, why are you
The
missing?"
even the transition into the ankle locks that Maxine was doing was very sloppy, and it was just like, gosh dang it, dude, these should be smooth. You guys should be able to. You guys are professionals. You guys are like you said, cream of the crop. You should be practicing these things, and you're not, and you can tell. That's the part. That's the bad part about the hunt being in the Triple H era is what I'm going to call it. Is he gives a shit. He gives a care about the wrestlers in there and they wanting to be home a little bit more. So they're not at the performance center. They're not doing as many house shows. So it's rust, and then you can see the ring rust.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
I would necessarily call it ring rust, but
Yeah.
it's definitely there's definitely you're absolutely right that there's definitely mishaps that are happening, like, a lot of mishaps, and they need to dial those in more. Like it is crazy to see that like we're seeing a lot of and it's only it's not to be funny, but it seems like it's kind of coming up with a new crop of kids not being able to kind of move. And I don't want to call them kids because that's not fair, but it's the new crop of wrestlers that are coming up versus like the old regime. But unfortunately, my other problem is like I said with Becky. we used to get on Becky because she would call out the match. Like whenever people got lost, she would just arm drag, and then she would like hit the arm drags. But like, yo, Becky, we need you to turn like this character that you're doing on Twitter and on Facebook and your promos. It's got to be fired at the crowd too. Like that crowd out there, like that you're wrestling in front of, like we have to feel the same thing that's going on inside. Like when we're watching on TV, I have to be able to be like, oh dang, like if Becky hit like a leg drop right on the corner or on the apron, let's see the Maxine, and she turns to the camera and she says something like, "That's the greatest leg drop you've ever seen," and I'm not the only one saying that. Other people are saying that too, and then we cut the commercial. Like you're giving me a reason to, oh cool, Becky's giving me something. And yeah, I mean we joke about Nia Jax, but Jesus man, at least Nia Jax, when she dropped the leg drop, she's like my whole, like we talked about that forever. This is what I'm saying. Like I want you to give me those moments, and I don't need your face to get broken to give me that moment. You know what I mean? Like I was just thinking about that earlier today when it popped up on
My
my
whole
on my Twitter.
Oh,
My whole life. That's what I'm saying. Like y'all remember, or like like she's out there like beating up like our truth, and we're laughing about it, and then she gets 619 by Rey Mysterio and gets caught with a
RKO.
RKO, and they gets thrown out the Royal Rumble. Like we talk about those moments, so I need I need Becky to give me more as a character on TV because I just don't. I I believe her. I believe her character, but she doesn't wrestle like how her character is portraying herself right now, and I need that.
that's
It's
fair.
it's crazy because you got Becky and Maxine cutting these fire ass promos and then looking like shit in the ring. But then you got Io Sky and Rhea, uh, and the girls tag team division right there. They don't cut as many promos, and their matches are fire.
Yeah,
It's so crazy to me how this is
I
working,
feel
but
like I feel like at least every week we're getting a Kabuki Warrior promo. To be fair, so it's always Asuka backstage yelling, and then she yells Kyrie, and that's the promo. Like,
yeah,
but that's over too because the crowd does it too. Like if you
I
listen
did
to the
catch on to
show,
that.
they
Kyrie.
do it. Kyrie, like it's so
And she
funny.
just, she's, oh shit.
But it's like the most awkward time because it's coming, so we're all waiting for it, and then she
Yeah,
does it, and then like we all do it too. So, see, and like, but again, when you watch Asuka and you watch Kyrie, like they're antagonizing the crowd constantly. They're talking
yeah,
trash about them. They're talking trash about about Rhea or Io. They're talking trash about whoever. Like, I just love the fact that they're willing to give hands to everybody. I believe them right when they're in the ring, like when like Lash Legend and Nia Jax are there standing up in front of them, they're like, "Yo, we're ready for battle. We're ready for everybody."
let's
And
roll.
then they talk trash to the crowd and they talk trash to their opponents, and I like that because it makes me invested. But when I watched that last match, man, with Maxine and Becky, I said it in the group chat. I was like, "Yo, give me something, please." John Cena talked about it, man. We talked. He's retired now, but John Cena talked about it with Evans, right? And he talked about it on Cody's podcast, and he was like, "It's a conversation. Like I'ma speak, then I'm gonna let the crowd speak, and then I'ma speak, and I'm gonna let the crowd speak, and we're gonna have this conversation going back and forth." And he's like, "I could just have one conversation and you know, beat up a Javon Evans for 45 minutes, and the crowd's not gonna really be into it." Or I can have a conversation with them and pull them into it and then have them have that conversation with me so they can keep booing me or they feel like they're getting involved and then there's more dialect happening. And I think that's what's being missed in this aspect because it wasn't just that match, right? CM Punk and Braun Breaker had the same problem, right? We had a couple mishaps, nobody talking to the crowd, no one doing any of that stuff, right? And the worst part about it too is we went back to the same spot twice. And that's like that makes everybody look dumb. Like
Just
we know you messed up. We know what that spot looks like. We've seen it numerous times. We've seen you when you mess it up, Braun. and then you went right back to it again. Like not even a minute later, you went right back to the same spot. And sure, you hit it, but at what cost? You know what I mean? So this is what I'm talking about with this mishaps and misfires on Netflix. Like we can't be having these moments happen. Like this, it's gotta get cleaned up, and somebody in the back has got to say something.
Yeah.
Not just us on the podcast,
Overall,
How long until Homeboy breaks his goddamn neck?
bruh.
Because he keeps fucking that spot up, dude. It's destined to happen.
Yeah,
Not. Hopefully you don't. Like by all means, to pray to whatever person, entity, herbal tree you pray to. But let's hope that something like that never happens. But like seriously though, like at that point, move past it in the match and continue with it. Don't
yeah.
revert to it.
And I get it. Like you kind of want to you want to show off that you can still do it. Like that's great. And part of it I understand too is like there if you don't hit it, then there's like a fear aspect that comes to it. So you want to hit it like right after to make me like yeah I got it because I've had those moments. I'm gonna front. I was in training, right, and I was working on a power slam, like taking a power slam from and I'll put his name out there, Grimes, right, and I didn't jump, and so when I got slammed, like my face hit the mat and my body scorpioned over the top,
Mm.
and yeah, and then he goes, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I didn't jump." He's like, "You didn't jump." He's like, "But are you okay?" I was like, "I'm okay. Let's do it again." And then we did it. We did it again. But it was just like one of those moments where I was like, "Yep." Because if I think about it too much, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be too scared to do this. So we gotta go, and we ran it back. But yeah, that's a again like I was at practice when it happened, like not on live TV
National
doing stuff.
television, yeah.
Yeah, now we're international TV where everybody can see it. So I feel like this year though, this last year in at Netflix, it's been a miss like for more times than not. All right, we'll get final words with you all.
Go big or go home because last year wasn't it.
fix it.
Bet. All right, so I don't disagree with Twitch's take. I find it intellectually bankrupt and egregious misguided. The main event was perfectly fine.
Now
Uh
let me say something right quick because I've been staring at this since he put it in there. Yes, and even I said the main event was perfectly fine, but I believe even you said, and I quote, that finish was trash. Don't sit here and say it's intellectually bankrupt. Get on here and argue your point.
Yeah,
Fucking
Chaz, get on here and
boy.
argue your point, prick.
yeah, it's funny because like that match ended with a dud too. Like it was a good match, just
There were
ended with
multiple matches on that show
yeah,
that were duds.
yeah duds, 100%, just complete duds. All right, would Broken Matt even call Evans a spot monkey? Uh, no, he would not at all because we
You
would
talk about Javon Evans?
yeah
Yeah.
Javon Evans
Oh
yeah
no, no.
he would never say that. I only ask because he jumps around a lot, and that is a big complaint at a certain point in time. Well, I feel what you're coming from, what you're saying. I just think, Matt Hardy would know not to say that because he's white, and people may take that the wrong way. I would say
And
that,
Where's
go
my
ahead.
daughter? She'll say it.
Oh god.
God,
Even with him jumping around a lot though, that's his gimmick. Like that boy's bouncy.
The fuck
Chaz,
is that?
That's
Chaz,
Chaz having fun
Yeah,
with
you stop
complaining
fucking
for
around,
Broken
man.
Matt.
somebody gave him a soundboard and now he's having fun.
Yeah, now he's playing around. Um,
Fucking nerd.
but yeah, go back to it. It is crazy to think that Matt would definitely watch it. He probably would refer to him as like a spot junkie. He might change that up, but like
Yeah.
I it is his gimmick. Like I mean, literally the opening words in the song is that boy is bouncy.
That's his
So
whole gimmick. Like,
that's his gimmick. That's his thing. He just jumps. You know, he's got that. He's got big moves. He's got that amazing cutter that he hits too. So I'm not. I don't think he would spin it that way. Also, I think Matt Hardy is very careful about his word choice, especially knowing the climate. So, uh, temp check. Get the temp check.
sure.
We have temp check for you guys who don't know. If you're new to the show, that's okay. Welcome to temp check. What temp check is? We're going to talk about our hottest, coldest, and our match of the week. So, uh, I feel like I know what our coldest is gonna be. So, I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let you take the lead, Lou, Twitch, and then I'll give my raps.
My hottest rest of the week is got to be true. Getting this title back. Uh, Coldest rest of the week, Maxine Dupree and Becky Lynch. Um, my match week, definitely the three stages of hell. I highly enjoyed it.
Fair.
Okay.
Hottest of the week, Jacob Fatu. That return was great, and it makes me think that Cody is the one who attacked him, and I will go on record with that right now. Coldest of the week, I'm gonna take it a step further than our friend Lou here and go with the Monday Night Raw Stranger Things collab altogether.
Yes.
Match of the week, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to say the three stages of hell, but the three stages of hell was a good match. Uh, yeah, I'll go with the three stages of hell. It's not often that you see that gimmick used.
Well, I'm gonna go with my coldest uh wrestlers of the week. I will agree. Actually, I'm gonna throw two more in there as well. So I'm gonna go Maxine Dupree. I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch. I mean, I'm gonna agree with you guys on that. I'm also throwing in CM Punk and Braun Breaker in that match. Sorry, that dud right there at the end did not.
For the finish for that,
The
it just.
whole the
Yep.
whole Raw
Now I want you to listen,
roster right
Chaz.
now.
The main event was great, great match for the most part. That finish to me sucked. The mishap with with Braun Breaker almost breaking his neck again. You know that I can look past that. You probably shouldn't have gone back to it or ever. Uh, but I mean, all in all, I didn't hate the main event, but that finish for it just fucking sucked.
Okay, well, I hated it, so I'm gonna go with that. It's just again, I mean, the crowd just did not feel like they were in. You know what? I'll be fair. It may have been because of the Becky Lynch Maxine match that the crowd got taken out of the main event. So, because like I'm trying to remember what was the next match that happened on that show.
Um,
Morgan,
um,
Which one?
yeah, live,
Morgan versus Valkyria,
yeah,
Yeah, which also.
which was boring.
Yeah, and I get it because trying to be safe, especially with Liv coming back from her first match in singles competition. Again, you could be getting these reps on house shows so that you don't have to worry about this thing, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, that was kind of a miss too.
whole show.
The
Nah,
whole
because my match of the week is the tag team match from Raw.
Oh,
That tag team match was fire.
okay, so 3 out of 4.
That's what I'm saying.
four out of
I'm gonna be fair, man. I don't like matches that are like, and I'll be fair when I say this, and I get a lot of people love these. I hate 2 out of 3 matches. I hate two out
Really?
of three fall. Yeah, I hate the 2 out of 3 falls. I hate the 2 out of 3 gimmick matches. I think they're fucking stupid. I do. Just tell us there's going to be 3 matches. I don't care if
That's
that's one.
fair.
Because it's like, okay, what was the point? So, okay, so the first match is we're gonna have a traditional wrestling match, and then we're gonna have a hardcore match, and now we're gonna have a steel cage match. Like,
They
so
had
what? Really,
They
realistically,
could
what
have
is
had.
the
They could have chosen different gimmicks for the matches. a Hell in a Cell match or the Ring on Fire match. Like there's other things that they could have
Well,
done to make it
you're
better.
gonna build it. You're gonna build it, and I get it, right? It's got to start from like a small point to a bigger point, right? And you're gonna have your blow off. But my problem is that it's a one-on-one match. It's still just and it still comes down to a 1v1 match, like, it doesn't change anything. So you have like, remember okay, so WCW, had the Best of 7 series. We saw it also with Cesaro and, Sheamus,
Sheamus.
the Best of 7 matches. I like those because, like, you knew what you were getting into. You were gonna get a new match, right? And it was gonna be something kinda different. We did it with, Steven Regal and Ric Flair in WCW where you had judges, right? And they wrestled for, like, 5 minutes, I think, 5 to 8 minutes, and you had judges, and one of them was, like, Ricky Steamboat, and they were talking about, like, they rated it on a point system, like who won this round, and they were doing rounds matches. And I thought that was cool, but it's like when I look at you're like 3 stages of hell, and one of them's gonna be a steel cage match. Well, okay, cool. So we're just why not just give me the steel cage match? Like I don't need
You got to
3
fill
matches
time,
with Cody and Drew. Just throw me the match. Like that's what
Cliff,
we're going.
Cliff's the guy that doesn't like Iron Man matches either.
right?
No, I love me an Iron Man's match. I hate 2 out of 3 matches. I'm gonna keep saying that. Imma tell you like this, if they did a tag match, right, where it was like let's call it like this. Let's say it was a New Day and the Usos, right? And it's a 2 out of 3 or it's a 3 stages of hell match. I swear I'll sit up here too, hate that shit because I'm like, I don't care. It's gonna come down to the last one. So you might as well just give me the last one versus these other ones building up. Because what always ends up happening, like, instance, so, the babyface hits Drew. Let's just say it like this, right? Cody hits Drew with a weapon. He gets disqualified. Drew wins. Now it's a hardcore match. Okay, well now Cody's gonna go to town on Drew with a fucking steel chair. All right, now we're 1-1 steel cage match. What was the point of everything else?
Because violence. That's why, Cliff. God damn
They
it,
just give me the
violence.
violence. They just give me the violence. I don't care.
Cliff's,
Make it
Cliff's,
a
never,
hardcore
We
match.
do,
Cliff's
but
never
there's
been in a real fight.
stipulations to the violence.
Cliff's never been in a real fight. He doesn't know what violence is.
I mean, Anthony's eye will tell you something different.
I'm
But
gonna say
okay.
I got Cliff fucking people up. Like
It's like, yo, come on, man. Just
I get it
bruh.
because the first match, whoever wins, the second one's predictable because the other guy's got to win. I get that,
Yeah.
but but
I
like
love
Twitch said, violence. I like violence. You should. There should have been a lot more fucking blood.
yeah, the Iron Survivor match or whatever, like, and then when NXT does is that what it's called? Iron Survivor? That's where they have like the people in the box. Whenever you lose, you have to go in the box for X amount of time. Like, I like that match. I just like I said, I'm just not a hey, this is gonna be 2 out of 3 matches. Like 2 out of 3 falls. Like just it's gonna go 1-1. Like I've yet to see a 2 out of 3 falls where person wins 2-0. I just haven't seen it yet. Not saying it hasn't happened.
Because that's not the concept.
That's my problem with the match. Real life, like, listen, if I get tapped out, right, and I nap out, right, let's say like John Cena goes to sleep, right? You've just lost. Why is the heel not going for the pin then? Because John Cena's still out. It's still a 3 count that can happen. Like, yo, that's a win. Like 2-0. Like, why can't I get a 2-0? Like, yo,
okay.
you see my
I
problem?
had an argument for it, but after this, like I ain't got an argument no more. It's
If
just
I
gonna get
hit you with this steel chair, right, and you go out, right, let's say like I hit you in the back, boom, I get disqualified. If the next match has not been set yet and I hit you with the chair again, I should be disqualified twice because technically the second match was never announced. So that's why I'm like, bruh, fuck this.
Moving
That's
on.
Yeah, by the way, this wasn't a topic. This was
this
just
wasn't
a
a topic. This is still
temp
this is
check.
still our thing. Temp check. Let's move to topic two. Ayo. This has been the Cliff's rant show. So
This really has
2020,
been.
We got rid of Chaz,
2026,
and now we
man.
got
Let's
Cliff.
2026 AEW's women's division is this a year for AEW's women's division to break out. I feel like we've been saying this a lot every year since AEW's like started up, but I feel like this is the year where they have the roster to really turn some heads, right? We have a lot of cool stuff that's happening. The fall of Mercedes Monet is going on right now. We had the rise and the fall. You know, Tony Storm is no longer the champion, so we have some other champ. We have Chris kind of moving along. We had the reunification of Chris and Willow. You know, we have Willow as a double champion. Let's keep it real. You know,
I like
there's a
it.
lot of cool stuff that's happening on the show right now. We still have the rise of Athena and her minions. So, what do you guys feel about this right now?
Lou, go ahead.
Okay. I feel like this could be the year, just like you said. I feel like there's a lot of talent in that fucking back in that women's room back room to make a push, but it's probably gonna get fucking fumbled because who fucking produces those matches and who goes the shots? Like if you change the way the projectile is and you give these girls pushes, that locker room has the talent to do big things.
What you got, Twitch?
I feel like if they keep this momentum going that they have right now, with Willow being a double champion, Chris taking the AEW Women's Championship a step forward, I feel like if they keep this momentum going, it very well could be. My issue with this is I feel like this is the third year that we have said that this could be the year for the AEW women's division, and it's nothing against the talent they have. It's more so what's been my biggest argument against AEW is you get this ball rolling and everything's going and everything's firing, and then Tony gets a hair up his ass and all of a sudden we're back to square one. Like that, I don't want to say that it's going to be the year for their women's division, but I am hopeful that it is the year for their women's division.
I think the difference between the last couple years and this year or this upcoming year is the depth of the roster. Like
Right.
you have so many people that we could talk about that's on the show that can show up anytime and just put a fire down, right? And we're watching it happen, right? So when you look at the Owen Hart Cup, right? With Mercedes obviously winning it this year, but like you had Jamie Hader was in the crowd. You know, she was in that tournament. We we're not even talking about Serena Deeb. She's still just she's out there producing matches and killing it. Yeah, there's a lot of great talent, a lot of great women that are on this roster that just makes it so deep that like I don't think that they've had it before, right? Like I mean, Julia really is hitting her stride right now with the little faction that she's got going on. You know, Sky Blue as well. I love seeing Sky Blue as a heel. This is amazing.
Marina
Um,
Shafir's knocking it out too.
Rena Shafir just is she's kind of growing into her own too. Like she's a silent badass. So we're seeing all these like we're talking about all these characters that are starting to develop on the show and they're getting some time to kind of breathe and let people know like who they are and what they're doing. So I'm here for it. You know, there's I don't I see it now finally that maybe Tony kind of saw it and he was like, hey, like there's some buzz going around this women's division. We kind of need to put some little oomph into it, and now we're starting to kind of see that happen, especially with Brian Danielson there, you know, checking everything out and being kind of like the overhead of like everything. So I'm here for it. Um, what I'd like to see too is I'd like to see Athena more often on the TV, and that might be her decision too. She might be just saying, "Hey, I just want to stay here on Ring of Honor." I don't know, but I'd love to see her more time up. I'd like to see some more investment into like the Renegade Twins, but obviously I'm also impartial. Like that would be fair.
Allowed to
Uh,
be.
yeah, and then I want to see like because it's funny because when you watch Riho come back and work these women, you can kind of see there's a gap. Like, so it tells you from where they were to where they are now. There's a little bit of a gap now, and I'm here for it. Like, you know, I would also like to see Riho like be able to move up and close that gap up too. But from their first champ to their most recent champ, you can see like this women's division is like elevating higher and higher. So I think this is the year where they finally kind of close that gap, and then AEW has to acknowledge that hey, maybe there needs to be a show just for the women because they're starting to kind of I don't want to say they're starting to they're showing up a lot of these men matches. So
Oh yeah.
just all right, let's hop into it. We love this segment. You love this segment. We all love this segment. Push and bury. What is push and bury? We're gonna find something we want to push. We're gonna find something we want to bury. So you know, there's that. Twitch, start us off. So one thing you want to push.
Oh man, what I want to push is Finn Balor smoking weed while he trains. I tip my hat to you, sir.
That is a thing he said. He did say that.
I seeing where it what with weed being a big no no in WWE now, just seeing where it's at now, where he's openly like, yeah, I rip the bong while I'm fucking running on the treadmill. Like that's pretty dope to me.
Lou, what you got?
Push, I would just say the Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre angle going on right now. I want to push that. I really want to see that go further.
Well, it's about to go further.
Uh, yeah, it's about to go a lot further. I can't wait. I'm gonna push Chelsea Green, bruh. Like I know she's been pushed like heavily. It just seems to me like at this point in time she can't do no wrong. Like she's made herself bulletproof without having to make herself bulletproof. If that makes sense. Like wins and losses do not matter with her because she understands like the game and she's very much here for it all. So I want to keep elevating that because she gets it.
Yeah,
All right.
she openly said that too. She openly said, why do you embrace always losing or losing on your matches?" She's because that means I'm doing something good and I'm getting paid to do something really good. So why wouldn't I want to do it? I like it.
She does the craziest thing, and the funniest part too is when she did a Chris Van Vliet interview, and they were talking about how she was like, "I've never been creamed on like this before,"
Oh my god!
and she's like, "Well, the jokes could keep coming," and she just like left it like that. I was like, "Bruh," I was here for it.
Love it.
She's very entertaining
And
off
now
and
she got her hubby back.
and she got her hubby back, which big shout outs to Matt.
Woo-woo.
Yeah, big shout outs to Matt Cardona, and he's back as Matt Cardona. He's not back
Yeah,
as Zach Ryder, so that's
yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
cool too. So it was funny how Kevin Owens like got that whole ball rolling when he was like, "Well, are you the king of the Indies?" Or because you're always talking about being the king of the Indies, but then you're always talking about I want to come back to the E. Like, make up your mind, do
I've said
something
awful
about
lot about it.
it. All right, let's find something that we want to bury. So Twitch this off.
All right, what do I want to bury? Going back to a move that you fucked up. Like, just move past it, man. Brock Lesnar did not retry the shooting star press when he fucked it up. He just went with it. Of course, he didn't know where he went, but he went there. I just, I don't want to see people get hurt.
Yeah,
I say I like violence, but I don't want to see people get hurt.
no controlled violence.
Yes.
I agree. Lou, what you got?
I want to bury this fucking Becky Lynch, Maxine Dupree angle. Fucking bury it and get it over with. Fuck. That's always being botched. Knock it off.
Well,
That's your
we
next 2 out of 3 falls match.
that's your
No,
next.
I would be
I
on
ain't
such
never
bad of
lied to
that.
you.
I would
I
lose
ain't
my
never
shit.
to be fair, I mean, we did say that the promos were fire. Like we agreed that the promos were fire.
We did.
The match blew, but that those promos were fire, bro. Like that was what- and to be and also, with Maxine getting married and she's going to leave to go on honeymoon and stuff like that. So she's gonna be off her TV for a little bit, you know. It's gonna get some time, so we'll be all right. So we'll see the next competitor for the Intercontinental title. Um I'll be fair, man. Let me bury this. Let me bury punishing wrestlers because of an accident that happened, right? And I'll bring up my example, right? Blake Monroe loses the North American title to Thea Hale because of we'll call it a botch pin, okay? Now, whether Thea was holding down Blake a little longer than she was supposed to, and you could hear Blake scream out, "Get off me!" and the 3 count happened. I mean, it is what it is, right? But to have Thea show up at the next tapings and just have her drop the title immediately, kind of a bullshit thing. I get it, right? You had to go back and you got to rewrite all this so that the right person is holding the title. But now, like, what did she really do? There was an error made, 3 count happened, so you have a new ball that you got to run with. Sometimes the scripts need to be changed up, and you got to run with the ball while you can. And to make her a transition champ and kind of punish her, not cool to me. So I'm like, yo,
That's fair.
fuck that.
Fuck you.
I mean, think about it. Like, what happened remember when R Truth beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title? It happened by accident.
Yeah.
They didn't bury Truth. Like, they didn't like, you're dropping the title next week and then just bury him. They're like, all right, give him a little bit of a run. Let's figure this out and go. They're over there on NXT like, oh, you held her down and she couldn't kick out, and so now you got to drop the title the next week on or 2 weeks on NXT, and we're gonna be pissy about it. Like, bruh, come on now. Could have just put the title back on Blake Monroe. Like,
Really could have. And
yeah, they
just
could have ran it back
avoided
again.
everything. Like,
Yeah, but now they're like, we'll just put it on somebody else. So they just did that.
and we're just going to pass over you.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you got it, Thea. Way to call your shot. All right, let's jump into this third topic before we wrap this show up. We talk about the recent call ups. Is this the youth movement for WWE setting up the future, or is this just something that's being rushed? Are we running into another situation? So, what are we talking about? We're talking about some gentlemen getting called up. Let's talk about Jordan Grace, Trick Williams, Obafemi, and Javon Evans, as well as Lash Legend, right? They're all been called up to the main roster. But are we running into a situation where remember remember the last time that 4 people got called up randomly when it was Aleister Black, Ricochet, and DIY? Are we running into
Yeah.
that situation again, or are we trying to see a whole movement of the future happen?
I think a lot.
You you're muted. Your cat muted you.
We're going to go with somebody else starting now because that just wrecked my whole train of thought, and
You're
I'm lost.
you. You're
Go on,
pussy.
hit him with it.
I think it's a rush. I do because there's so much going on. Still, you got a lot of stories with older, more seasoned vets on there. I are you gonna push Bouncy to the mid card? Is Jordan really gonna make a run at the title? Is Obi Fem gonna take gonna jump right into a title, or are you just gonna put them as mid cards? It. I just think that it's too soon. Jordan Grace, I can understand. Which you still owe me a picture that Cliff paid for.
This is true. This is true.
But but like she's the only one that makes sense for me because the crowd pops for her so much, and she can elevate that woman's locker room for even Raw. It's or even SmackDown. But the others, I don't think it's time. And that's my personal belief.
I think it's right time. We already seen it with people before that have come up and are doing fantastic. Uh, Braun Breaker is doing fantastic. Bronson Reed is doing fantastic, and that's just two of them. Uh,
Braun Baker's only getting a push right now because Seth got hurt.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe they have enough faith in him that he could be the guy that is the next step forward until Obafemi shows up and asserts his dominance, and we go from there. Uh, I feel like they're going to be perfectly fine. I think Jordan Grace has enough experience under her belt that if they feel comfortable with her going after Jade Cargill, I'm here for it. I think that would be a fire fucking match. So no, I think it's right time. You know what? I'm going to save that comment for another time. We're just going to go with I think this is the right time.
I think I think two things to be true. I think it's the right time for certain people, and I don't think it's right for others. Right. So I'll use I'll use Javon. Javon, like I don't see the plan for him right now, especially because like when they had Saturday Night Main Event, they had him in a tag match, right? And it was a fire tag match, but he was just in a tag match. So it's like I could tell like you don't really have an idea of what you want to do with him. You just kind of know that you have him, right? Like he'll set the crowd off 100%. Like it's not gonna it's I believe that 100%. But like I think Oba was a good call because the thing about Oba was that Oba had he's already being inserted into the title picture. And we know this because we already just had this whole Oba, Drew, and Cody situation happening. So I think we have a good kind of tie in with that. Jordan is going to be just kind of a easy plug and play because like you said, she got the experience, but like you can kind of stick her anywhere and she's just going to fit and she's going to work. Um, I think the other one I'm worried about too, though, is like what do you do with Lash Legend? You know, after this whole thing with Nia Jax, like what do we do with her? And then the who was the other one I was just thinking of that we were just talking about? Um, Trick. Trick is the one that like I don't know where he fits, right? Because you got him and Randy doing a storyline right now, which is cool because I mean there's no better place to put Trick than right there with Randy. But like what after that? Like what are you gonna move? What are you gonna move him to do? I want to touch on this too. You brought up Bronson Reed and how he's like successful. Remember, he got cut by WWE. Like his first time there, he got cut because he went on the indie scene and was Jonah again, and then came
I
back.
mean, if we're bringing that up, so did Bray.
Yeah, and I feel like Bray's situation is kind of unique though because like he got cut, he got brought back, and even though like I want to be fair, like we didn't get a full picture of what the situation was going to look like with Uncle Howdy and the
True.
Wyatt
That's fair.
Six.
No, yeah,
Um,
it's a valid
it
point.
did kind of it was kind of missing like after that Mountain Dew pitch black lights out match,
Mhm.
whatever dumb
I
full
forget
shit that
about
was.
that.
Yeah, I wanted to too, but I can't. Um, but like Bronson was relatively young, right, when he got cut, and that's kind of where I'm at with it. Then he came back, and then they really didn't have a place for him because remember they were trying to figure out what to do with him, and then he splashed Seth all them times, and then
I
finally they were like,
forgot.
"Oh,
To be honest, I completely forgot he got cut. But
yeah."
now that you mention it, yeah,
So I mean, he was kind of struggling on the roster, and that's what I just don't want to see happen with with Trick or with Trick or with Oba. But Oba has the best spot, I think, man, because you're gonna stick him right into the title picture because I mean that's where
his
that match
size alone, yeah.
alone, bro. Like that stare
We
off with
have
him
him go
and
up there, Intercontinental, make it
bruh,
make sense.
yeah. We're gonna put the US championship on Oba Femi because
It's the
that's
24/7 title for you,
24/7. We're bringing it back. Even though Nikki threw it in the trash, we're bringing it back
just for you.
just for
That's
you.
hard with the Oba because plans right now are to kind for WrestleMania. Rumors are it's gonna be Braun versus uh, CM Punk again for the title, and then the on SmackDown you got the triangle right now picture of Jacob Fatu, Cody, and Drew looking like they're going to be doing their thing. There've been pitches that Cody should be doing the match against Roman too. Like, where are you really going to put Oba?
We don't really need a third Roman Cody match though. Like
I understand that that's rumors in the rumorville of that being
save that
something.
save that for the Saudi WrestleMania. Get the fuck out of here with that.
Well, Lou, you need to save that for that dirt sheet show that you want to be doing.
There you go. There you go.
talking about that. You know what, I can appreciate though. I appreciate the or I can see like your concern about everything, right? Where like this is the talks that are happening right now, but we know Obafemi and that Saturday night main event, maybe because they weren't expecting Jacob to come back as quick. Now that Jacob is back, like now you have him written back into your plans. You're trying to figure out where to stick everybody in, try to figure it out. I think we're gonna end up getting Cody and Jacob, and I think we'll end up getting like Drew and Oba, and then Roman is on Raw, so like you're gonna have to find something to do with him because
He's
yeah,
going to interfere in Punk and Braun.
yeah.
I
No,
wouldn't
I
mind seeing
always think you put
Roman
him with
Reigns versus
Bronson.
Oba versus Roman. Uh,
But he's
pitch.
on SmackDown. That's the reason
Yeah,
why I say it like that is because he's on SmackDown and Roman is on Raw now.
Roman can do whatever the fuck Roman wants to do.
that is
He
a
Sure.
carried
very fair point.
he carried fucking WWE for 3.5 years.
I mean, that's a fair point, but the problem is that the last time we saw Roman, it wasn't on SmackDown. It
With
was
no Raw,
definitely it was on Raw. And by the way, like I would not want to have Roman Reigns versus Obafemi because like you're you're gonna kill the heat. You're gonna kill one or the other is gonna get stopped, right?
yeah.
If the tribal chief, the whole thing gets shut down by Obafemi, or Obafemi's momentum just coming in from NXT gets shut down. Which one are you gonna do? Which one are you
I'd rather
more?
have that
Oh,
match never happen, or at least not right now.
I would love to see like the tribal chief versus like the ruler, like for dominance of like Raw or like
you,
SmackDown. I would
you
love.
can't see
I
Obafemi doing
like the
this.
thought process. I like the thought process, but it's like, yeah, but we kind of
Oh,
need some other stuff
Roman
happening.
beats
Oba
Roman
versus
beats
Oba versus Drew. Nobody really.
Oba doing this at the end of it.
Doing the tribal chief. Nope, I need the ruler because that's the guy right there.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I think there's too much going on right now on both shows that you're bringing new talent like this. It's crazy, and I get it. NXT is loaded.
Yeah,
I understand why, but
you got to move people around. That's the reason why. Look at Anthony. Look like he just saw a ghost.
I just heard somebody scream downstairs. Ah!
But it's like, I mean, both shows. So all three shows are loaded with talent because Chaz will still say that NXT is not developmental, but clearly it is developmental and
Yeah,
developing some great talent. So that show is loaded up, and now we have to figure out where everybody's gonna fit. And it's almost it's gonna sound annoying because I feel like that's my answer for everything. It's almost time to start a new show. It's gonna be a third brand because like and I know NXT is already that third brand, but we're gonna have to start a fourth show
Just
because
buy
like
TNA already.
TNA, just buy TNA. Let's just get that, bro. Well, the problem is you have a big roster in TNA too that you're gonna have to meld
Yeah,
in.
but let's be serious. Not everybody is going to get jobs. We saw that with WCW and ECW, and
Right. Well, we'll have a whole new ruthless aggression era. I think it's insane to think about though, man. Like we're gonna you have so much talent on the roster, you can't keep everybody. And then of course, right now, especially with TKO, with all the rumors that are happening with that company, it you know, there's probably a possibility of not having and you might end up having to cut a lot of your talent because you can't justify keeping them. But
fair.
I think right now I like the moves, but my problem is the one person I feel like is gonna get lost in the shuffle is Javon Evans. Like you have him on the show. There's nothing really I don't want to say it like this, and it sounds very fucked up. There's nothing really about Javon Evans that puts him in a bigger light. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, he's very athletic. He can talk, but when you look at Trick, when you look at Oba, when you look at Jordan Grace, they bring something to the table outside of athletic ability. You know,
Okay, so once upon a time, literally probably like 10 minutes ago, I said that I was going to save that for another discussion. I'll bring it up now because you brought up a very good point. Where does he fit in? Get rid of Grayson Waller and let Xavier and Kofi mold him into something that he can
Hmm.
do on the main roster. I think he would fit good with the heel New Day.
I mean, that would be a shock. Be a shock
Saying
move.
stranger things have happened.
That's I don't like that you said that.
I don't care what you like. I don't.
No, yeah, well, okay. After we just shit on Raw about Stranger Things, here you
I
are
didn't. I
bringing
didn't. I wasn't. God damn it! Wasn't even thinking about Stranger Things, and here we are,
here we are full circle. We brought the whole conversation around.
right
Uh,
back.
yeah, so let's go. Final thoughts, and then we'll wrap this up.
I think everything's safe where it's at. I think they'll be perfectly fine.
We'll see.
We'll see. Más o menos.
Seis
Man.
siete, seis siete.
This dick. I hate this guy so much right now. I hate this man. All right, yeah. So those are our thoughts. My final thoughts on it is like it'll be curious to see, but like the one person I'm kind of keeping an eye on is Javon Evans because
Yeah.
I want to see what happens with him. Where does he go?
New Day.
Back to the New Day. Well, Damien's not here to do Damien's dumbass of the week, so that's why you guys don't get to see it. Um, But what I do know is that we have a bunch of stuff coming up for you this year. So, like every great part of a wrestling match, we got to take this home because, this is the Three Count Podcast presents Red Dog, a friend, and I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, here with my friends. You see, it starts off with Twitch Grays right there. It starts with Lou the franchise, and we are here to argue our points. And don't worry, I'm not going to give out achievement trophies or viruses because I'm not that kind of guy. And I don't care whether you want a virus or some achievement or, some trophy because you listened to this whole episode. But
You don't
more
get no.
importantly, yeah, you get slow clap. Anyway, with that being said, you guys like this episode, comment on this episode, share this episode, right? More importantly, when you share this episode, share it with your mama, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your brother, your sisters, your best friends, your cousins, and your enemies because we love haters too. So do all that stuff or, buy our merch on 40wear.com. Like this episode, talk about it on Spotify. Leave us those 5-star frog/reviews. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Do all those cool stuff that we need you to do because we need your help. So, you know, stuff. I'll really just wait for this episode to end. Wait for that outro, and then choose another episode to listen to. Bye.
Later.
Fuck.
What's up? It's your boy Twitch Graves. Thank you for checking out this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you like and follow us on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, Facebook, Apple Podcasts. We're also on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Blue Sky, and Twitch at 3CountPod. Twitter and X, 3Count_pod. While you're at it, head on over to Pro Wrestling Tees or ForYourWear.com and make sure you buy our merchandise.